Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Repvile Replay. Today we're going to review the Retro Machine from My Arcade. And I know what you're thinking, it's another one of these cheap Chinese-built pieces of shit. You're probably right. It's probably going to have a bunch of garbage games in it. But what I want to know is there anything at all redeeming about this little arcade machine? So I found this thing at Target for like $12.99. I'm thinking, damn, $12.99? I could risk 13 bucks. If there's just a couple games in here that are decent, you know, one or two games, like I would be perfectly fine finding one or two games just for the novelty factor alone of having a tiny mini arcade machine. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to check out some of the box art here. I'm going to open the box up. We're going to check out the build quality. And then we're going to run through some games and see if there's anything cool on here. Maybe there'll be some surprises, I don't know. I can tell you I kind of know what to expect just from looking at the back of this box, what type of games are probably in here. They're probably about on the same level as some of the AT games, you know, shovelware that they put on the Genesis system. Maybe we'll be surprised. There might be actually some decent stuff in here. I have no idea. And here's the manual. Not much to this manual. Alright, let's get this thing out of here. As you can see, it's not much bigger than a coffee cup. Okay, so it is made of kind of some cheap feeling plastic. The graphics on it, the artwork is pretty 80s looking. You know, got these spaceships or whatever on the side. I mean, it's not bad. I do worry about if you would play with this for a long time, like maybe you would start rubbing the decals off. So here on the back you have your on-off switch, the speaker, and the battery port. So on the top here you got a reset button, select. You can change the volume on it or turn the volume all the way off. I will say the joystick, it feels a little thin. Hopefully it's fine as long as you're not too rough with it. Alright, how about we just peel this screen protector off? Oh yeah, get it. Get it, baby. Alright, how about we fire this puppy up and play some games? Alright, let me see if I can get this thing zoomed in to where we can see it really good. You probably can't tell here in through the viewfinder, but the screen on this thing looks really good. Yes, it's a small screen, but damn is it bright, and it's very clear. Okay, so I'm just gonna run through a couple random games here. Let's try Final Blood. That one kind of stuck out at me. So this, I don't know, it looks a little bit like Battlezone a little bit. Except you can't go forward or backwards, all you can do is spin around. I mean, whatever. Not terrible. Could be better. Let's try something else. Alright, so here's, let's start with number one. So F-22. Let's check this out. Looks like shooter game, hopefully. Alright, so this is promising. Oh, dude, I can't tell you like how good the screen looks. It's almost got like a weird 3D effect to it. This ain't a bad game. I'll tell you, if I could find just two games I'd be happy with. And yeah, this is doing it for me so far. I like this. This is a decent game. The controls are surprisingly responsive for, you know, for this this stick. I didn't have high hopes for it. The buttons all seem to be working good. There's no lag at all that I can tell. Alright, what the hell is this? Magic Joni. Magic Joni. Oh my, what the? Greenland is becoming too waste. Oh, this is just the gift that keeps on giving. What the hell was that about? So you plant plants, and the plants eat. Okay, this ain't bad. It's a little weird. Alright, how the hell do I open the goddamn chest? I don't know how to open the chest. I'm definitely gonna come back and check this out again. This isn't terrible. A little weird. The game mechanic is interesting, where I put the plant down and it eats the creature. Okay. Well, let's move on. Okay, another shooter game looks like. Oh yeah, this is familiar. Yeah, this looks a lot like Desert Falcon from the 7800. Yeah, this might be a reskin Desert Falcon. Interesting. I don't know if this is supposed to be Police Dog Lassie, Police Dog Lazy. What is up with the beagle face on the front of this? Alright, what the hell? So you've got the Grinch, who is laying down a bomb, cocaine, and money. Oh, and a gun. Nice. Okay, so I'm not sure what to do here. Oh, okay. So it's like a memory game. I gotta remember where he hid the cocaine, and hopefully I don't explode when I find the bomb. Hopefully my brain doesn't explode when I eat the cocaine. Oh, and he died. What a weird game. Next. Alright. Utmost Warfare. Man, there's some weird names of games on here. Some generic space shooter. Wow. Yeah, I died fast. I mean, it's not terrible. It's a little hard to play because there's so much, like, I can't tell. I can't tell what's gonna hit me or not on that one. Oh, hell yeah, wrestling. Nice. This looks familiar. Can't tell if this is a reskin or a complete ripoff of something. This looks like something I've seen before. It plays a little bit like the pro wrestling game on the Master System. Just a little bit. I'll come back to that. Okay, so I don't know what Rescue Cuck is about, but I just saw it under the wrestling game, so I'm gonna go back to that real quick. I gotta know what the hell Rescue Cuck is. What a stupid name. Rescue Cuck. Alright. This could be... This is Donkey Kong Jr. with different sprites. Holy... This is... Oh, man. Well, that's a surprise. I mean, it's definitely Donkey Kong Jr. It is. What is going on at the top? I don't know how I feel about that. That's a little bizarre. Moving on. So I kind of feel like there's gonna be some surprises in this device. I gotta tell you, I'm pretty happy so far because at least there's a couple decent games in there, you know, that I found so far. All right, so this is not terrible. A little bit like Afterburner, maybe. All right, what else do we got here? Let's check out Airway. What? No. Hold up. You guys heard that, right? So if you've been around video games for any amount of time, you know exactly what that song is, and you know what this game is. That's Xevious. This is... Oh my god. This is a reskin Xevious. Holy... This is amazing. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen this week. I don't know what to say right now. Like, this is awesome. I'm completely shocked with what I'm seeing. Okay, I wonder what else is on this thing. There's got to be more games on here that they've ripped off. There has to be. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna play every game on the system, and I'm gonna pick out like whatever the standout games are. Come back. I'll show you those games, and I'll just leave out all the bullshit. All right, guys. So me and the cat here, we went through. We played everything that was on here. There's definitely some surprises. So I've got two lists. I've got a list of like looks like their games, the ones I think are standouts, and there is a ton of reskinned NES games, and I'm gonna show you those too. All right, so Vanguard. Let's check out this one. So you can see you can turn the volume down or completely off. Damn it. Okay, let's try it again. It's basically a tank game. It looks a little bit like Akari Warriors. Doesn't seem like it's too bad. Alright, moving on. Okay, so this is Vigilant. It's just a side-scrolling shooter. But I mean, it looks pretty decent. Okay, so it's kind of a top-down shooter. There are 4 or 5 more of this almost exact game, but with different sprites. That's something to be aware of. There are some duplicate games with different, you know, different characters or whatever on here. Okay, so this is Mars. This is another really. It turned out to be a pretty decent shooter. I played around with it for a little bit, you know. This is possibly a reskin of something. I don't know what it would be. I haven't played it before. I did notice one thing. It looks like there's some power-ups, but I haven't figured out like how to activate the power-ups. Okay, so here's another standout. It's kind of a hybrid shooter. Like, you're walking around on the ground, so it's a little bit like Akari Warriors again. Except you look like a Powerpuff Girl? Possibly? I mean, it plays really good. A little bizarre. It's cool, though. That was a cool game. Alright, let's try this one. Cobra. Cobra of Sky. I don't know what the 6-3 is about, but... Okay, god damn it. Well, I got this thing to take off a little bit easier when I played it a minute ago. Come on, you piece of crap. Damn it, I don't know how I took off the launch pad last time. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, your space fighter controls a little bit like it does in Asteroids, but you can fly around a lot more. Not bad. Now let's take a look at Gold Digger. This was another surprise game. You just walk around and collect the things. It's a little bit like Food Fight. What's the other one? Burger Time, sorta. Alright, so this Diamond, it's just a breakout clone. But, I mean, if you're into this type of game, it plays pretty decent. Okay, so this Escapeway, it looks a little bit like Mario, but it's got a pretty, like, weird mechanic. You have to switch between the three ball guys, and whichever one you're on, that's the one that jumps up. So it's a difficult game. Okay, so this is Golden Bird, and you are a mutated Smurf who has to set the birds free. Yay! Basically, you go to the cage, the birds fly away, and you have to run away from these things. You don't get any weapons or anything, you just gotta run from them. But it's not a bad game, surprisingly. Okay, here's another surprise game. Do you guys remember Chopper Command from the Atari 2600? This is pretty much Chopper Command. Not terrible. Very playable. Just a little weird. Okay, this is the last one on the normal game list. We'll get to the hacked games in a second. So this plays like Hammer, like Kaboom maybe. One of the old Activision games on the Atari. Not bad. Okay, so moving on to the hacked NES games, and I'm gonna warn you, there's some weird stuff in here. Okay, this is Dark Castle, and I'm almost positive this is a game off the Intellivision. I can't remember which one, but I know that I've seen this game and I've played it before. I don't think it's even a hacked version. I think it's a straight up Intellivision game. I just can't remember the name of it. Okay, this is UFO Race, and this is a pole position clone. A really odd pole position clone. And there's another one on here called like Paperboy or something like that, where you're riding a bike, but it's pretty much the same game. Yeah, it would help if I changed gears, wouldn't it? Alright, Zero Gravity. Pretty sure this is Joust. And I think there are maybe 2 more versions of this game on here with different characters. So you are going to find some duplicate games. But I mean, for 13 bucks, I'm pretty happy so far with what I've seen. Okay, this is Dada or Data, whatever. This is a clone of Popeye. I can't play this game very good, but this is definitely a Popeye clone. Okay, pay attention to the name. It says Hootle. They didn't even try to hide it. This is a straight up NES pinball. Not even hacked. No different sprites. Straight up ripped off NES pinball. Moving on. Okay, 11 Action. This is Defender. Not sure why it exploded. Oh, was there a jet or something right there? I have some cheap ass BS. Alright, what else do we got here? Alright, Turtles. I thought it'd be a Ninja Turtles ripoff. I was way wrong. This is Lode Runner. Definitely Lode Runner with, I can't tell if that's Raphael or not. That was a strange mashup. Alright, so we saw Rescue Cuck already. We know that is a Donkey Kong Jr. reskin. Oh, check this one out. Look familiar? It's either Centipede or Millipede. I think it's Millipede. because it has the bug bombs. Alright, more surprises to come. So we had Donkey Kong Jr. Check out Bandits. Okay, there's only one game that I know of where you spray bug spray up a monkey's ass, and that's Donkey Kong 3. Okay, here we go. 96 Blobbuster. Some of you guys might not be familiar with this game, but as soon as I saw it, I knew exactly what it was. This is Dig Dug 2. Oh, what the? Alright, let's try it again. Yep. Definitely Dig Dug 2. Except you get to play as BMO from Adventure Time. Alright guys, take a look at Risker. I know you know what this is. And there's a hidden menu down there, by the way. You can access the editor. The map editor. Yep. It's Excite Bike. With a car. Crazy stuff, folks. Okay, yeah, I think that's all. I think that's it for the hack games. I just really want to play Xevious one more time. I can't believe this game. This is the best $13 I've ever spent. Alright, so that is the My Arcade Retro Machine, mini arcade system. So what do I think of it? I think it's awesome. I'll tell you, I didn't have high hopes when I bought this thing. I bought it strictly for the novelty factor, you know. For 13 bucks, you know, like I said, as long as there was a couple games on here that were decent, I'd have been happy with that. To my surprise, there's actually a couple dozen good games on here. Yes, some of them are hacked NES ROMs. To me, that makes it even cooler. I don't know why, but I like the hacked ROMs. The build quality is exactly what you would probably expect. It isn't great, but for 13 bucks, man, I don't think you could go wrong with this thing. So yes, the joystick itself is a little thin. As long as you're not too hard on it, I think it's probably going to be okay. I think it's an 8-way joystick. It does control good. Like there's no lag in you know, in the movement. The buttons seem to be responsive. The screen is really bright. there is like a weird 3D effect with some of the games. Not weird, but like in a cool way. Um, the screen is very clear. Yes, it's a little small. I mean, if I could change anything on the device, one, I would give it an SD card reader, maybe an AV out or something so you can hook to a TV. But for the price point that this thing is, I don't know if like how feasible that would be anyways. And let's face it, I bought the thing just for the novelty factor alone of just having a tiny little arcade machine. Is it going to get much play? So far, it's actually got a lot of play, but I mean, ultimately, it's going to either sit on my desk at work or sit up here on the shelf. Oh, I do need to mention one thing. There are a couple different versions of this device. Um, I think it's branded Dream Arcade now, and it comes with like 300 games. I don't know if the games are the same as this. They could have switched all the stuff out. I don't know if the hacked ROMs are on it. So if you're interested, I would look for this one. This is the one with like the blue sticker. There's a handheld, and I think there's like a console device too. So like I said, I don't know if the games are the same. I wouldn't base buying one of those off of what you see here. Just something to be aware of. Alright guys, hope you liked the review. Feel free to check out some of my other videos too. I've got stuff from Monster Hunter. I got a new series. Hopefully it's going to be weekly for from Ark. Got some old Battlefield videos up. And I'm still adding stuff, constantly. So, well, if you guys want to connect with me, you can hit my Facebook page up, and I've got a Twitter up now too. They're both at Repvile, so just some other ways you guys can get in contact with me. If you want to give me ideas of new content maybe I could put up, some review videos or something, feel free to shoot me some ideas. Alright, I want to thank you guys for watching, and make sure you guys give yourselves enough time every day to get your game on. See ya!